Okay, I'm going to finish up with these landmarks of cubes and explain and show how this stuff is in your face and you don't even understand and realize it and what they're throwing in our face, so to speak. This cube here is in Santa Ana, California. I tried to put the names and descriptions of what they are, what their name is, and or where they're located around the world. So you can do your own homework and look this stuff up. This one's in Denmark. This is a building in France. And I'm sure you've ever heard, you may have heard someone refer to someone else as a blockhead. Well, you are thinking outside the box. You never thought and broke down, well, what do they mean by thinking outside the box? You're confined in the box. You are the jack. Your body is the cube, the box. It's governed by your five senses and your mind. Ergo, the six sides of the box. The four sides and the base are your senses. The top of the box, the lid, would be your mind. It's all about you. All right, this one here's in Manhattan, New York. This one's in Germany. This in Australia. This is in a museum, I do believe, there. This is the Dark Cube, and it was the Facebook timeline cover. I've not been able to locate it since I put this together, and I put this material together some years ago. So this is a restaurant in China. This is a building in Berlin. The windows on this building, they almost look like mirrors. It's pretty spectacular. You can go, like I said, look them up for yourself. Again, another one over here in Australia. This is the Apple Store in New York City. This is a rendition of the New Jerusalem depiction of the cube coming down from heaven, because it's right there in the Bible. Look it up. This one's in Brussels. It's up on its corner. You have a base, a side here, four corners, and then you have four corners back here. Okay. Now all the corners go in and hinge upon a central sphere. So you have 8 corner spheres, and then you have the one that's in the middle. In other words, you have 6 hollow sides, and you have the middle. It may take you a little bit of looking at it to understand and see it's a cube, but it's a cube nonetheless. And how big this thing is, these are people right here standing. These are automobiles parallel parked. Go online and look at this rascal. It's huge. You can go up inside and look out these cubes, and there's a restaurant in there. All right, here's another one in Australia. Now, this is a cartoon series I found. You can go online and look it up, but it boils down to it's a big cube with dollar signs on the side, and Donald and his nephews are out doing whatever they're doing, and the cube takes off. Well, it's headed for the Twin Towers. If you'll see and understand, it's in New York here. And if you read and see what it says here, it says, looks like you just lost 2 rental properties, because it crunches and crashes through the towers, right? And the towers fall. But then what does Donald say? But maybe I just gained a nice tourist attraction. Makes you wonder. This was put out in 1997. And what happened? Lo and behold, what's there in New York City right now? The Twin Tower Memorial. And it's a tourist attraction, and they make money hand over fist on people coming to tour and see. Do your own homework. Look into it. This is a coincidence. That's one thing. They did a cartoon like this. But to blatantly put in there, maybe I gained a tourist attraction? Makes you wonder. All right, here's another one in Manhattan, New York. This one's in Dubai. This was a movie named Hellraiser. It's a very, very graphic, very wickedly brutal movie, ripping people's flesh off their skin and so forth. I remember seeing it when I was a little kid, and you got to remember, I wasn't raised in the church. I am not endorsing that anyone go watch this. I'm just simply communicating and showing how this has been used right in front of our face, and it's all about us. The premise of the movie is desire. The cube basically represents Pandora's box, and it'll give you your desire, but it's going to cost you your life and your soul. So, at any rate, the Allspark cube from the movie Transformers that they're all trying to seek, and they need the power thereof. Star Trek series. This is the Borg mothership. It's a cube. In Masonry, you have the rough ashlar and the finely hewn, the perfect ashlar. We make good men better. It's all a play. It all has to do with your ego. I want to be on the clique. I want to be on the inside. I want to be one of those good old boys. Well, it's called ego. It's your morbid curiosity that gets you into pickles and gets yourself wrapped up in this nonsense. So, at any rate, this is the Kaaba at the Mecca in Saudi Arabia, and again, it's just a building that's a cube shape and it's draped with these black sheets. And again, here's the Jewish tefillin. Folks, it's all about you. If you can't understand and see in this series I put forward here, the cube represents you. And when you look at literature, other aspects of different esoteric philosophies, even sacred geometry deals with a cube. You say, well, how does that deal with Gnosticism? Gnosticism has to do with knowledge, your mind, and how you're manipulated with your mind through your five senses, the cube. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's of Islam, or if it's of the Catholic Church, or if it's of the Rosicrucians, or if it's of Jewish mysticism through the Kabbalah. It's all about how to govern and manipulate and control you. It's through your five senses. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put forward in this next series, but I'll need to sooner or later get into the Luciferian paradigm, so I may work on that one next. If not, I'll work on it shortly. Remember always, think Jesus.